Hey everybody, it's Rich from richonmoney.com, and today I'm here to talk to you about how to find amazing deals in a hot market. I'm making a series of short videos that's going to introduce some very important concepts to you. I taught you guys already about what the importance of looking up an owner is and why you'd want to do that. Now I'm going to talk about applications where you can buy lists of owners. And one of them is called Listsource, and that's the one that I'm going to actually demonstrate today. And then I'll show you some other names that are also alternatives to Listsource that you can use. Well, Listsource is a database of all the information that these counties and cities have on property owners from the whole country, all compiled into one huge database. And you can actually buy that information, usually at a per address price, from them. The way that this works is you can buy it based on defining what area you want to search in. You could pick a zip code, you could pick a neighborhood, you could pick a group of zip codes or neighborhoods. There's lots of different ways to do it. And you could get a list of all the addresses in that area, or you could get a list that's more defined. You could get a list of 3-bedroom and 2 baths and up. You can make sure not to include properties that have pools. You could even filter by how much equity is in the house. You can filter by whether or not it's an absentee landlord. Now, why would you want to make a list like this? Well, with these lists, you can start mailing these people, calling these people, texting these people, getting in contact with them and asking them if they want to sell their house. So let's get into it. Let's get on Listsource and I'll actually show you how I make a quick list. Just type in the website, listsource.com. And you want to build a list. So this is where all the information gets entered. And you have several different tabs here: geography, mortgage, property, demographics, foreclosure, and options. And I'll kind of show you how I use all of these tabs to take a very large list of properties and narrow it down to ones that could potentially be very good for you to market to directly. So there's lots of ways you can start this, but usually I'll start geographically, and in my case, I'll usually pick zip codes. And I'm gonna pick Alabama. I'm gonna use a zip code in Birmingham, Alabama that had kind of medium home prices at about $90,000. And that is 35206. You've got 6,602 names. If I were to buy this list right now and start marketing, I would pay a lot of money. And there's ways to filter this list down much smaller so that your chances of success are higher and so that you're not wasting your money on properties that you probably don't want or need. Let's go to mortgage now. Mortgage is interesting. It's not something that I always use, and there's a bunch of different ways to sort by mortgage type. The one that I'm going to use today is loan to value. And then we're getting properties whose loans are closer to being paid off. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go from 1 to 50% loan to value. So I'm just going to go manually from 1 to 50% loan to value. And let's look at what happens to the count of names. It goes from 6,602 to 493. For today's purposes, I won't use it in my final count. I want to move on to property. This is where the real magic happens. Starting with bathrooms, I want at least 2 bathrooms. I'm not going to say no if it has 3 or 4, but that's a lot. Watch the number dwindle down. 2,000 properties now. Bedrooms, I want at least 3. Now I'm going to say more than 5 would be weird. Current home value. In my particular case here, we're going to go with 1 to 100,000. So I'm going to add these 2 categories. Square footage. Less than 1,000 is too small. More than 2,000 is too big. So I'm going to pick these 2 right here. And it's going to filter down. Swimming pool present. So 355. I don't want to buy properties that have pools, so I exclude swimming pools. And then year built, you could put in a criteria like 1950 until now, and it would reduce the amount of houses you have. I think I'll go ahead and market to all these properties. On to demographics. I haven't used this section when I build a list, but you can choose the demographics of the owner. There's a foreclosure tab here that I've never messed with, but as you can see, there's pre-foreclosure, pending auction sale, and REO. This options section is very interesting, and there's something very important to watch for here, and that is look at owner-occupied status. We're getting owner-occupied and absentee owners. Absentee owners are people that don't live at the address of the property that is listed. Trustee-owned properties, I include them, you can exclude them. Corporate-owned properties, again, I include them. So we went down from 6,000 to 467 properties that we could market to. Let's see what that's going to cost us to buy this list. We'll do it as Birmingham 35206. Okay, so this list is going to cost $327 to buy. And if I buy this list right now, I get a very detailed Excel file that has the name of the owner or the name of the company. It's got the property address and it's got the owner's address, wherever that owner is. And this is how Listsource works. It's the one that I'm most familiar with. Well, I hope that was helpful. Now I want to list some other companies that are similar to Listsource. Listsource is the one that I've used, so I'm familiar with it. There's also websites like DataTree. There's Agent Pro 247. Rebo Gateway and RealQuest Pro. These are some other options that you have. Well, I hope this was helpful, and if it was, make sure to give me a thumbs up. Make sure to hit subscribe, and there's this bell that you hit where you get notified when I make more videos. And leave a comment. Let me know what market you're planning to invest in or questions you have about picking a market. This is Rich on Money, signing off.